Weku atameka obe. Amen. Twa omanyaba. Ofeni obi obi afi kobe. Twa omanyaba. Yo cheme ke nyeme fe ni me na me ke nyeme me ni jara fe twa mi. Mene ne ke wo fune ni wo chenye bie. Wona ke ni bipi ete no NGLESHIE. Awo me pi a ngbe mru kehia. Na melon jana kwale agbena wo me pi akudun. Wo Nii Ahuma Kojo ni ji kenken Weku e. Ake wo to gbeja no to. Ewo wo fone wo chenye ko ni wo gbra ni bia me wo chonyo do gba bo ni bi ka mo se ha NGLESHIE. Bo na afi agbede ka mo ko yo no gwe. Nyana no ji anu kwale. Ni wo dani wo wa ji se. Wo lo malo e ba kan de brofo e yawo. Ke kan de gbena magbla fe mi game bona fe wo ya wo yen ni twa ni o manyaba.
Yeah. My name is Apostle Eric Nii Ahuma. I'm the General Secretary of the Nii Ahuma Kojo, the First Family. We, the members of the Nii Ahuma Kojo, the First Family of Adansi, Manchewe, of NGLESHIE, Jamestown, have come to you today to clarify some misconceptions concerning the instrument of the Paramount Chief of NGLESHIE, Jamestown. Recent press conferences and television interviews have alleged that there is no successor Paramount Chief in NGLESHIE, Jamestown, after the death of the late Obrempong Nii Kojo Abibio V. We would like to inform all and sundry today that a successor Paramount Chief, Nii Ahuma Kojo III, has been installed, who hails from the Nii Ahuma Kojo the First Family. The Nii Ahuma Kojo the First Family were informed by Mr. Albert Nii Ahuma Solomon Sr., who we had sent to represent the Nii Ahuma Kojo the First Family at the NGLESHIE Jamestown Traditional Council, that the late Obrempong Nii Kojo Abibio V kept reminding the Traditional Council at its meetings that after his death, it will be the turn of the Nii Ahuma Kojo the First Family to ascend to the NGLESHIE Jamestown stool. We were, therefore, to be prepared to present a candidate to be installed as the next Paramount Chief of NGLESHIE Jamestown. We sent 2 letters to the NGLESHIE Jamestown Traditional Council to confirm this, and later followed it up with a delegation of 4 of our family members, 2 men and 2 women, to inquire about the veracity of the fact that it is the turn of our family to present a candidate for installment as the next Paramount Chief of NGLESHIE Jamestown. We did not receive any replies to our letters, and the delegation returned with a message that the NGLESHIE Jamestown Traditional Council did not deal in the writing of letters, but in verbal messages to be acted upon. The head of family, the late Mr. Benjamin Kofi Yankson, insisted on the family receiving a delegation from the Jamestown Palace to confirm the message. So later, a delegation led by one Nii was sent to the family with 2 bottles of Castlebridge schnapps, a white calico, and some cash to request for the family's candidate to be released to the chiefs for installation as the new Paramount Chief of NGLESHIE, Jamestown, to succeed the late Nii Kojo Abibio V. The family requested for candidates from the 5 sub-families, namely the Solomon family, the Cheatham family, the Couple family, the Nikwe family, and the Clotte family. 3 persons were nominated, 2 from the Solomon family and 1 from the Couple family. A thorough vetting was done of the 3 persons, and Mr. Henry Nun Couple was selected as the nominee most suitable for the position of Paramount Chief of NGLESHIE, Jamestown. A legal document of the vetting process was prepared titled Nii Ahuma Kojo Family, Selection of Candidate for Chieftaincy Affairs or Chieftaincy of NGLESHIE. This is the document. and copies were sent to the then acting president of NGLESHIE, Jamestown Traditional Council, the late Nii Ahuma, the chairman of the NGLESHIE Jamestown STOOL Council, Nii Ahuma Kojo, and the secretary of the NGLESHIE Jamestown STOOL Council, Nii Ahuma Kojo. Subsequently, Nii Ahuma Kojo, accompanied by Nii Ahuma, visited the then head of the family of the Nii Ahuma Kojo, the first family, the late Mr. Benjamin Kofi, who had been his student in the past, and congratulated him for a good job done on the vetting of the nominees. Nii Ahuma Kojo also visited the late Bishop William Thomas Pamina Chita, the immediate past head of the Nii Ahuma Kojo, the first family, at his church home, and discussed the NGLESHIE Jamestown chieftaincy affairs with him. At the more recent TV interviews of Nii Ahuma Kojo and the Anumansa Jase, the Anumansa Jase told the press that the Nii Ahuma Kojo, the first family, had produced 2 persons to be installed as the paramount chief of NGLESHIE Jamestown. That is not true. The Nii Ahuma Kojo, the first family, vetted 3 of their family members, namely Mr. Edward Nii Ahuma Solomon, Mr. now Reverend Albert Nii Ahuma Kojo Solomon, and Mr. Henry Nunu Kopu. Reverend Albert Nii Ahuma Kojo Solomon was disqualified because he had not had any further education beyond the secondary school level. Mr. Edward Nii Ahuma Solomon informed the family that he had attended the Workers' College from 1987 to 1988, but he could not produce any certificate to prove this. He also misconducted himself by incarcerating and adoring himself as the new paramount chief of NGLESHIE Jamestown. As a result of this, he and his supporters were arrested and placed in cells at the Jamestown police station for 3 days for this action. Mr. Albert Nii Ahuma Solomon Sr., who had nominated him, was asked to withdraw him as a candidate for the chieftaincy, which he did. He was also fined an amount of 80 Ghana cedis for allowing his nominee to misconduct himself. Mr. Henry Nunu Kopu, however, had graduated as first-class refrigeration engineer and had a firefighting training certificate from the Regional Maritime Academy in Ngwa, Accra, as well as several professional training courses in appliance electricity, air conditioning, and gas heating systems at the CS Institute, Detroit, Michigan, USA, and had the certificate to prove it. He also had certified license with the city of Detroit in the following: unlimited refrigerating journeyman, and 2, first-class refrigerating operator, and mechanical contractor license with the state of Michigan in the following classifications: HVAC equipment, refrigeration, heating service, unlimited refrigeration and air conditioning service, under the business name of Thermo 1 Zone Heating, Cooling and Refrigerating Incorporated. After the withdrawal of Mr. Edward Nii Ahuma Solomon as a candidate, Mr. Henry Nunu Kopu was unanimously acclaimed as the Nii Ahuma Kojo, the first family candidate for installation as the successor paramount chief of NGLESHIE, Jamestown. So the Nii Ahuma Kojo, the first family, presented only one person, Mr. Henry Nunu Kopu, who has now gone through all the necessary customary rites at Ajumaku Rampong, the NGLESHIE Palace, and Weja, and has been installed as Nii Ahuma Kojo III, paramount chief of NGLESHIE, Jamestown. The customary rites were performed by the Nii Ahuma family, led by Nii Ahuma II as the acting Jase Church. These included the following: he was incarcerated and outlawed at Weja. 2. He was bathed in the Atlantic Ocean and paraded on the streets of Jamestown. 3. He was ushered into the stool room of Ahuma Kojo and later swore to the elders of Ahuma Kojo in the forecourt of the stool house. 3. He was ushered into the NGLESHIE at Jamestown Palace and entered the stool room by Numo Ayite Konko, the chief stool priest of NGLESHIE at Jamestown, who also performed all the necessary rites for him in the presence of the late chief linguist, Uchiami Abekas Kafu. 5. Upon returning from the stool room, he swore to the Yaseche and some chiefs of NGLESHIE at Jamestown. He was then confined at the Weja Shrine for 3 days and received all the ornaments antecedent to the instrument of an NGLESHIE at Manche. 7. He was sent to the Weku and was bathed in the Densu River. 8. He was adored at Weja Palace at the new NGLESHIE at Jamestown, Manche. Thank you very much.
Agago amen nime ke na me fe nyeme ke yi ke nyeme ni je adafi twa mi efia ke nibi ni onyime nu eyue no inkbaba gami bona afi ko ni wo fe game wo ni wo nu sisi ojogba ake no fia no e kan din e han wo wo ake Nii Ahuma Kojo niji kenken Weku ye adanse manche wo ye NGLESHIE alata Jamestown mmeneke wo funi ni wo chenye bona fe ni wo dwaje tu engbe ye shishi mo ke laka mo yue mo baba o ye neke Jamestown mancheli gbejano to ne wona ke se ne maybe if press conference ko me TV no ke radio no baba o ake NGLESHIE alata be manche she mene won ta wo file fa wo hake NGLESHIE alata Jamestown eye Paramount chief ni egbeji Nii Ahuma Kojo niji eteno ne dani ne Kojo abebio niji edimono ba twense iwemo ba shewode ake eche Nii Ahuma Kojo kenken Weku e no we wo bomode kunu woto gbejano to ni wona moko ni kebe eba kwese de wo ni sande ne ba je Weku yen Weku susuwe ni ebala ke Weku atashi koni wokwe bono ba afi no kenken bala ke sani wona representative ye palace yo ye manche makpe emi koni ke arafi twakwe eba wo wotu enu no wo hani wonyemenu neji abe Nii Ahuma Solomon neji onupa koni e adun Weku e na yeje bona afi ke be faleshe eba wo wotu enu ni woni so wie mono ake da obripon ni Kojo abebi ni je mo ni mene na ekwete eke fiwe mo ha ake wo bomode kunu woto na kan gbenya to kuni moni baba keji ebe ni ba kwese kuni woke na kan mo ba wo nra woji kete palise ni wole enyo so kuni woke bi na kan gbeja no to ake bona akọ nu wonu na kan no loje na kan ni balake ame wole ake ameke letters tu ni jiwolo ma tu ni chon akeke no ko ni abayue ke na abu na ke manomi ni Weku e to ne ke gbeja no to ne fe ke chon Weku nupa ni menene ekwete neji ni seben jame yansi ne ka bia mele ji Weku nupa no leji moni e hana to na ka gbeja no to e ni jeno se atume keje palise keba ake ni wonu ese wo ni shipi ke da to enyo ke nongre ke klala ba ni ikeba ha ake biane ake woneshe no woji muku kuni eba ye ni kojo abebi ose wo ake woku ni ichi enumo fi oni Ahuma Kojo di kenken woku e wo pe woku ma bi fen keba kuni wakamato gbejano to ne wo ye Solomon family nije Solomon woku ke chitan woku we couple woku ke ni kwechuku ke kloti woku no ne ke ichi enumo ne wo na meten menyo je Solomon woku emi nibuko wonje couple woku emi ne woku e famome na trash koni ne ke gbeme ne aboti amemi ojogba kona akwe monisa ni woku ajiele ni gele aha koni ye manche no abato ne ke gbejano to ne fe ni wona ake wonyemenu enwenu no couple je monisa ni wakalaya no ibala ke jendo se woku e batashi ake keje wo fale aba akwe wujami ya ke meten so je meni woku e je ni wo aba akwe wujami fe ni wona ake leji monisa no jendo se wo STOOL councilor ye nation eba neji assurance ni ike nya insasrako amebada woku nupa Benjamin Yansi shi na kan be ami ye nutu won papa na echu dani face enwe STOOL ewolo malo neji akwa ebonso lewu eba to na kan gbejano to pepepe ake ete wonyemenu neji Bishop William Thomas Kwame Nachita mwene ni ene ekwete nekele asusu neke manchere gbejano to ne fe he ye Asia bona afi kuni wokwe ngreshi alata yen ya si se ne ye TV adabitwa ke road adabitwa amie wona ala ke wonyemenu ni akore bonso ne eke anuma san jase che amefe press conference ake atoko manche ye ngreshi ni won gba mi fa won ke boku fe boku ake na ga yue mu ebe mi eja ke wo Nii Ahuma Kojo e wo botemi ye ne ke me tene ni je ne ke iche tene mi ni ji Solomon woku e ke couple so pe no me ni wo di eji Edward ni ajiri Solomon ke menene ni echo sofo ni jimi abedi Nii Ahuma Kojo Solomon ke mi se enri nunu couple ni ibala ke Reverend abedi Nii Ahuma Kojo ye school gbeja no to ye secondary gbe echakuno no aka ndo disqualify je lo se abakwe nyemenu Edward ni ajili hu igbeja no to lekete workers college ye afia pe wa ne ununmo ipanyo ke pawo ke asi afia pe wa ne ununmo ipanyo ke panyo ni wo be ike hiwolo ni ton na kan aba ni kwata bia ne oni de sheko na kan wolo eno je do se wonye wo gbenya to emi wona wole ake be lelenche ete to gbenya to konko ke nwo ihe manche ni fi ake wie mo ase JAMESTOWN police biade no a mama me na ma ye biete son ye police station ni wo ye woku gbejano to mi abe Nii Ahuma Solomon senior ne lejimo ni ejele ke ha no woku e furniture na gesani e fun yan ka gbomo no kele ha wo leleche eto ite manche ni boni ete le minu yo woku e ke mo de ke o eba asmoni igla le ese koni bejanto ne atwe ne sa e won ne ka adon no wogu adumo no ni ame finally 80 series ke ha ake moni efale ake ismoni woku angmelegbe ni aye manche eto gbejan to komende sa no oje no se wonyemenu enrenu couple ake a first class degree ye fridge samomi agbeni engineer jile hu ye fridge samomi le no nwe e kase boni agbeola ni le nwe yen hiwolo eke original maritime academy hu ye nwa ete school ni ete school baba o le gbomo professional ena esa fridge electricity ele ni bp ke gas samo baba o agbene eye certificate ko hu ni ana ye Detroit Michigan ye USA ni wo ye ne gbeno ne fe ke certificate wo lo baba wo ni yo wuku edumodo no ni ibala ke be akena kan higbelu akegbe na hale ko ni eaye no je do se wo nyeminu ajile aba withdrawal as a candidate no ni woku tashin woku fe pagbe ni wo fe ko mi ake be wo nyeminu enu do kopo e wani le e adumoshi Nii Ahuma Kojo idi kenken woku emi ake manche ni atawo koni ebaye wo manche ni twin so bi pon di ko ya be se wo Nii Ahuma Kojo woku kenken woku e wo present le wo ha ni kusum gbeja na to fe ni sana akala atun akele eton mi fe ake ete ajumanku e asakita e ba palise e ba asakita eje ete weja e asakita no eto ne kegbeyan to no fe ni wo adumono no na wolegbe ake Nii Ahuma Kojo ni jeten ake paramount chief ye NGLESHIE alata traditional can say JAMESTOWN le jase ni dumoshi ni to ni kegbeyan to ni eje ni o pe woku e ni tete o pe ake jase ni ikwese le fe kusu ye no fia no mi kenkle no fia ni sani afi ye weja ke ha manche atu na ka igbeja na to epepepe ka fe kusu sani ake manche aya ni ajunsho no na wole kenken tumi e buja keleba ni ba ajunsho boni sa pepepe jelo se wo kele fo JAMESTOWN skiti no fe no ni ji ete wo kele ti ajumanku ni asakita ye amesen tuemi ni adumaku onupa ife yeje ni ageto ni kegbenya no te jelo se eba NGLESHIE alata palise hu ni boni afi ogusu aha asale awo sentumi ni monitu ni genu tumo na eji ni aite konko ake leje senche ni class iwo le to na ka gbeja no to efe ni kusu ni safe fe mo efe domie wo ochami ni ena ekwete neje ochami abekan sikafo eye wala mi no kita ni sane ni asha le nwe yelo se jase chemeke manche me fe ni yoje na kan bia mi ni sane wo Nii Ahuma Kojo ni jete ni ji obipon Ahuma Kojo me ni sane shankite ha me fe efe na kan fe pepepe boni sagbeja no to noni je pa osa okeleti weje ko ni kusu ni sanafi ye weja shrine fe ya fe eni cheme fe ka wo gbenya to manche ni akele ya ni ajua le fe akeleti je fe won ko mi sana akala fe na fe no fia no ni sanafi ni akele ba weja manche palise ni abatu gbeyan to ni sake abadikele ake NGLESHIE alata manche ni jeten no ni meke na me ni meke ke adafi twale fe boni sanie yo lele no keje gbene ke ane boni ni enule kemoko ba ke nye ko ake awoko manche neji obipon Nii Ahuma Kojo ni jeten ye JAMESTOWN nya ni mole ake boni eyo leje nakani si anukwale ni yo mwene no woke fe babanja no eja ke awie baba o ni wona ke boni bi yale ke wo we no ni wo ba jaje ni bi ni NGLESHIE bi fe ba na le ke gan fe ba na le e ba fe na agba no NGLESHIE iye manche neje obipon Nii Ahuma Kojo ni jeten no wasande papa no nye ke a nye media ke ma bi fe pa lo
wa mo pe le short ti tẹ́lí ìwàna ló mọ nígbà tó mọ ní ilé ìlú ọdí ní àpébọ̀sù ìwé mo fẹ́ lè lu ọkẹ́ àmúna tí ọ̀lẹ̀ fún àrẹ àrà náà ní àgbẹ̀ àbẹ́ ọ̀jẹ̀ NGLESHIE alága aṣọ òyìn náà kò fi ọ̀rọ̀ wà ní
yo nemeke na meke nyemeke yeke media bi efia neke yomone ebemi eja ke gbejano to nuwo to fe yemenu ni akwebonso elefen beni yemo je ni Kojo abebi o ni je mo no ni etwense ke ba fen elefen wo ya je wo ka me shina wo ka me ya gba san wo ka me ye nkomo wo ni ba fe ni gbejano to e ba ya ye yo ne ke wo kusun fe mo ne fe eyemi ni wo ye foni ni cho ni beni wo ke wo manche ti ni shakita e ke wo loba ake wo ichi efe ni tashi na ke to manche gbejano to e wo sign ake sani woni de ase copy no jinoko ni wole se wo sign wo kan ale ni wo ye infoni ni chon ake naka noko ete no ni akweboso ele ni fita ka ke infoni e chon ni ba na ke be ni afi ogusu ha manche e jeme ni le no fiano
ma wa ni wona
Beno ya jese bana to na boy bo je mo ba je mo yo efia ke onyemenu akwebunsu enye efia ke nye kwa picture agbene na aleke wo manche ni atowe no gbile ni manche shankita e palise lo mfoni ne
wa agency no wa ko te second ba ka le ni
yo efia ke beni atukusu ni akwegbosu le dumo manche yen no ni ti no fe ele no enye ka ke ele efia ke kenye ba kwa bi enwe le tachi na afi okusu monite mase ni o pe ne mo de dun se o chami ye le jisika fu ora ni o chami akrashi en wo do fi o chami akrashi le yen o chami chu ke dun mo se
shining a vivid picture. It's money in a vivid picture.
No ni won ke cho ni money fua manche ni kwashi gbolo ni jama fro manche no amefe money dumo bi ene eje wo nyemenu atofoche ni je ni amasadam do amefe ameyawe ake awu manche na me ye mi na to gbenya no to pepepe
Amen.
lo ko pe bi e ubana ke kwashi gbolo ka tufuche ameke ni edumoshin na mekele yo agbene woni atufuche leke ni etachi ye kusun gbile no bele ni atufuche no le nga manche ne ala iko ake ibomode sile chuno no mi ele no fe oni tenu
aite konkobeni eyo payo
agbene enesen rom ni ji ni aite konko bele je on pai de ba sha ni obripon Nii Ahuma Kojo ni je tenu ewo se ntwe mi e lori ona negangbe neganyi yo efi ake ni ope ni ji jase ni ati jase de sha ni obiripon Nii Ahuma Kojo ni je ten sha lekita ni ope ele oje ni tete ope
amolo ma akone weja jase
agbene moni sha ni kita eko ni je Nii Ahuma Kojo ni je ten kita je weji ajase ni da nyiransa weji ajase le sha ni kita. Is it okay? No ene lo me wo fitai no ni lafa ne je daga bia me asafa chejile sibia ne echo manche no amefe ame yemi na keto beja no to fe ne be wo kwengo acho. It's okay, yeah. No picture ne benin work obripon Nii Ahuma Kojo di to kele bole oshin ke for JAMESTOWN. No JAMESTOWN street no wo yin. Wo kele chon ma fe wo mi. It's okay.
Okay, no
Dabe ne beleta. Okay, na bada ko di jela no ba. We wo ni e ke ewuku me oje. Lo woku nupa na ka bia meje mi se benya sin le taje. Wo papa ni di couple sa ayichu Mr. Johnny couple le ne agbene wo secretary ni reverend efi akenye na le jeme le wo
ene ji shi
na fe pa se ka lo baba la simba nimba le wo numbo eje obripon Nii Ahuma Kojo ni je ten neje NGLESHIE alata PARAMOUNT chief wo le ne wo kusuni sana atu fe atu wo kencho ma bi ni ma bi fe ayi odase ake NGLESHIE alata to ajitan ne eye manche neje PARAMOUNT chief Nii Ahuma Kojo ni je ten kusuni sana chon we fe pepepe no nye sande akwa ajinu agbene dafi kaba yo mo ake manche kusuni sande afi na ke yo mo fe ike ya no ko picture mi po ana ke atufuche e na ka picture mi le receive oni bi no fi anu no then the same affiliation ni manche ke ni bi ete Niama Saddam, but a bear na catch all, Niama, English artifuche.